Have you been looking for property in Punta Gorda and are confused by all these burnt store neighborhoods? Today I'm going to break them down for you. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. Today I am adding to my neighborhood playlist. This is where I take you through a neighborhood, or in this case, 3 neighborhoods, and really break them down for you, tell you what you need to know if you're thinking about coming here. Now, first, in the 1700s, a store burnt down in Punta Gorda, or at least that's the tale that is told. And we took that and ran with it. We named a lot of things Burnt Store. So there is a Burnt Store Road in South Punta Gorda, and that is where all these neighborhoods are located. There is also Burnt Store Marina, which is a community. I've already done a video on that that's a little bit more complex. Today we are going to look at all 3 other neighborhoods that have the Burnt Store name: Burnt Store Village, Burnt Store Lakes, and Burnt Store Meadows. You will hear me refer to them as the lakes, the meadows, and the village because it saves all of our sanity. Also, people around town refer to them that way. But I thought I'd put them all in one video for you because I know a lot of people get confused when they are looking up north at all these burnt stores. So let's get started. We're going to start in Burnt Store Lakes. The lakes are located just north of Burnt Store Marina. I have sold homes in the lakes before to folks that didn't want to live in the marina for whatever reason. They wanted to build their own home. There's not a lot of lots left in the marina. Or they didn't like the fees in the marina, but they like to use the marina for their boat. You can still rent a slip if there's one available in the marina living in the lakes. I have already done a video on Burnt Store Marina. If you're interested in that, check that out. I'll put the link in the description. There is a kayak launch in Burnt Store Lakes. It's a great community if you want waterfront but don't need a boat. You'll find lower prices on a lakefront home in the lakes than in a canal home in much of Charlotte County. It is a deed restricted community with a fairly low HOA fee that is currently, in July of 2024, $494 a year. There's also a one-time capital contribution that's due at closing of a property that's $750. This HOA keeps the lakes looking beautiful. If curb appeal is high on your priority list, you're likely to like this neighborhood. It was started in the 1980s, but really has taken off in the last 10-15 years. You still see many vacant lots in here. It is mostly an AE flood zone, meaning a lender will require flood insurance. Currently, the active homes range in price between $349,000 for a 2,000 square foot home with no pool, up to $759,000 for a 3,300 square foot home. The median is $535,000. There is a lot of new construction and spec homes going into that area. I always recommend using a realtor when navigating new construction. There's a lot out there you need to know. Give me a call if you need more info on that. I also have lots of videos on that as well. There are a couple condo complexes in the lakes, but mostly single family homes. The condos range from $275,000 to $459,000. Now let's go across the street to Burnt Store Village. I think I sold the oldest house in the village twice. It was built in 1978. I originally sold it in 2015. And when the buyer bought it, she felt like she was in this quiet neighborhood with nothing around. It's still a quiet neighborhood. But when I listed it for her last year, we joked about how much had been built up around it. We could not believe it. It has grown significantly in the past few years. Miranda Homes bought up many of the lots around 2018. They have built many homes in there and other builders followed them. One advantage of building and buying in the village is most of it is in flood zone D, which is undetermined. For the buyer, that means your lender is unlikely to make you get flood insurance. For a builder, there are fewer requirements to elevate the home. Burnt Store Village doesn't have as many lakes as Burnt Store Lakes, so you are less likely to get waterfront there. It does have a nice park and a playground. The HOA keeps the curb appeal looking good. Currently, the fees are $220 per year. Unlike the other neighborhoods in the list, homes without pools are pretty common in the village. In fact, there are 33 homes on the market right now, and 28 in the village do not have pools. So if you're not excited about the maintenance of a pool, or you just don't want to pay for a pool, this could be a really good neighborhood for you. The homes range from $325,000 to $725,000 right now. The median is $383,000, and the majority of homes are in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Finally, let's move a little north to Burnt Store Meadows. The Meadows is conveniently located between US 41 and Burnt Store Road. There is a Publix, a Home Depot, and several smaller stores and restaurants around the Meadows. Royal Ponciana is the main through street. One interesting thing they did when they built the neighborhood was make the lots on Royal Ponciana double the size. Sometimes the main streets don't look as desirable because people believe there is more traffic. Now, I have driven down Royal Ponciana thousands of times in my life and never felt like there was a lot of traffic, but it is a through street instead of a cul-de-sac street. The extra backyard space on these homes balances that con out. A lot of people love the homes on Royal Ponciana because they have big backyards. Flood zone wise, the Meadows is split. The closer you are to US 41, the more likely you are to be in flood zone X. That's the preferred flood zone, meaning a lender is unlikely to ask you to get flood insurance. Closer to Burnt Store Road is AE. A lender will make you get flood insurance in AE. There are a couple small condo complexes in the Meadows, and they don't come up too often. The single family homes date back to the early 80s, but most are 90s or newer. Currently, the homes range between $399,000 and $744,000, with a median price of $499,000. There you have it, a breakdown of the lakes, the village, and the Meadows. I've worked in these neighborhoods many times. If you're interested in buying or selling, please reach out. I'm happy to help you any way I can. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.